Welcome to the Dive Heart First podcast, where we clear out the troubles of the mind so that we can get into the intelligence of the heart. I'm your host, Jen Walker, and today I am going to talk about a book recommendation. So, quite often I'm asked what books I recommend and what books I've read and which ones I've really enjoyed. And for a few years, at least now, there has been one book that keeps on coming up for me to recommend and to refer to other people. And that book is The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. So, when I found this book, I actually had this book on my bookshelf for years and I didn't read it. So, I had read a different book written by Michael Singer called The Untethered Soul. And it was a great book, but I had been doing a lot of work in that area for quite a bit of time in my life. I had been deep into Vipassana meditation, and the book Untethered Soul was fantastic. I think mastery is practicing the basics. So there's great reminders after great reminders after great reminders. But his first book that I read wasn't wildly impactful to me. It was great repetition, but that was pretty much it. Anyway, so I had his other book and I probably ordered them at the same time and it just sat there. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, surrender, like I get it, sort of thing. And I thought it was going to be, again, like maybe some great messaging, but not a big shift or very powerful or impactful in my life. And one day, for whatever reason, it drew me in. And that's kind of like how I like to play this game called life. I like to play this, what I call energetic hot cold game. And I do it even in the grocery store. So when I go to the grocery store, I just notice like what foods am I being drawn into? And those are the foods that I buy. And it's a variety of different vegetables and fruits and meats and things that I usually gravitate towards. And I just find that it's usually the exact nutrients or vitamins or whatever that my body is interested in having more of. So I do that with everything. And I did it with the bookshelf this one day. And I was like, yeah, I'm really being drawn into this book. And I started to read The Surrender Experiment and I just crushed it out. I read it in, I think, a couple days or less than, and I just could not put it down. And it was the exact probably message or something that I needed at that time to shift what was the most powerful thing for me to shift at the time. And what I loved and what I love about the surrender experiment, and I wish I had it right now to show you, but I don't because I lent it out because I love it. And I'm sure it's being passed around with more people. But what I really love about the surrender experiment is it is a memoir. And so it's Michael Singer basically talking about a decision that he made to let go of control and to let life happen and him to surrender into whatever unfolds for him. And I love that because it's a story. And I think that's what kept me so connected and obsessed with reading it for the 1 or 2 days that I got it done with, which is not my typical style of reading. And I love it because it has also stuck with me. So the subconscious really gets communications through symbols and stories and metaphors. So because he tells his surrender experiment journey through the stories of his life, it has stuck with me. And he even talks about like his inner narrative of, okay, something has come towards him that is not in his preference, but he had made this agreement to himself to let be and surrender into it. And then he did. And then the results that happened with it. So, anyway, I thought I'd come on here and just talk about the surrender experiment. In case you're looking for a good book to read, I highly suggest it. I'll put a link below, so it's a quick link and you can order it today if you'd like. For me, I definitely got a lot from it. I am a person where I came into this world a very sensitive soul. And if you resonate with this and you're an empath and you feel all the emotions and the energies of your environment, it's highly likely that then you would be interested to control it. And you become hyper vigilant because of it. And so that has been my journey on this earth of trying to control certain things. And life can feel very heavy until we harness and hone the sensitivity, which I have now, but I didn't back then. And for me, I remember going into different tools and really realizing, like, oh, like this power of intention and this power of creating and this power of life happens for me and by me. And so almost like manifestor consciousness. And I love the fact that we are conscious creators and that our thoughts and our emotions and our aligned actions can really create our life. But then where I read this book, where it shifted a lot for me, is I had gotten to a point where I had been there, done that. So I got that I was a conscious creator. I got that we could create our life. But I also got to a point in my life where I had attracted and done all the things that I was interested in attracting and doing. And I got to a point where I was like, what? Is this it? And there was still this lack of like fullness and this lack of peace and calm. So when I read the surrender experiment, what that allowed me to do was to further loosen my control, my perceived control, that distortion, delusion of control, and allow life to be and allow life to happen. And my experience of that is beyond my wildest expectations, things have unfolded. Beyond the wildest things that I could have consciously created have now happened because I hadn't been just putting the blinders on and going towards something that I thought I wanted to get there to be like, oh, no, this isn't it either. So I share this all with you as this beautiful example of surrender. I know for me, it has got me into this place of peace, and it also has gotten me into this place of play. Like I don't even know what's next, and that doesn't scare me. That invigorates me. That inspires me of like, oh, I don't even know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So this interaction, this play, this curiosity, this really experiencing and being with life, noticing different options and opportunities and possibilities that come my way versus creating from a limited point of view and going to something that might be cool, but I might be missing all the other things that are coming my way. So anyway, if you feel like, oh, this is a good read and I've been looking for things, good thing I clicked on this video. Well, then I say you take it as a sign. Definitely get that book, read that book, and I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure there's some people that have watched this video and love this book as well. I'd love to know what you got from the book. And if you read the book and you love it, come back into the comment sections, as I would love to know your thoughts. Maybe you hate the book. Maybe you don't like the book. Whatever you got or didn't get, if you liked it or didn't like it, I'd love, love, love to hear from you. So that's it. Until next time, thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me. I love you, and go out and have an absolutely tremendous day.